journey of investing. This has been a very beautiful journey so far. We started off with investing in low risk instruments like bonds, commercial papers, and treasury bills. Then we moved on to mutual funds, and then last week we did the stock markets, and this week we're doing the crypto market. So, how to invest profitably in the crypto markets? There's actually a way to invest unprofitably in the crypto markets. Many people have jumped into the crypto market and jumped out, and the reason is because their foundation was not solid. You know that parable in the scripture that talk about if you build a if you build a foundation on a sandy soil, when the wind comes, it's going to wipe it away. So you need to build your foundation, build your house on a solid ground. In the crypto markets, the solid ground is knowledge, right? Understanding. Once you can get the basics, once you can understand Bitcoin, once you can understand the basis of cryptocurrency, no matter what is happening in the crypto market, no matter what you're facing, you're not going to panic. So this is why I always encourage people to come to learn about the fundamentals of cryptocurrency. So keep sharing, tell your friends that this opportunity to learn cryptocurrency for free. Not many people hold free sessions like this on cryptocurrency. Most times, it's a paid class. So today I'm giving us the opportunity to learn the foundation of cryptocurrency for free. So don't take it for granted. Bring your bio, your paper out, to write as we write on this evening. So why crypto is an opportunity you can't ignore. I've told you about mutual funds. I've told you about bonds, treasury bills. I told you about the stock market last week. So why cryptocurrency? Why is it an investment opportunity that you should consider? Number one, mass adoption is growing. Just like the internet today, just like social media, maybe 10, 15 years ago, many people did not have access to the internet. Some people that haven't had access to the internet, they did not have access to social media. But in recent times, many people are now using social media and the internet. Of course, you are here this evening because of the internet. This kind of session would have not been possible 5 years ago. I don't think 5 years ago we were having live streaming classes where, I'm on this side and then you're on the other side. Some of us may be lying on our bed, watching this class. It only became possible recently. So also when it comes to Bitcoin, right? About 10 years ago, that's 20, what's the year again? 20, I don't want to make a mistake with the year. I think it was 29. Yes, 29. After the global recession, that's when Bitcoin was launched. Since 2019 now, there has been an increase in the adoption of Bitcoin. When we talk about adoption, we mean usage. So you have some companies now that have Bitcoin as part of their assets. Companies like Tesla, companies like PayPal, MicroStrategy. These are billion-dollar companies in the United States of America. They have Bitcoin as part of the assets. Bitcoin for them is a store of value. So when people hear of cryptocurrency, they think of it like maybe Naira bets, think about maybe Forex. They think it's just some kind of scheme to make money quickly. No, that's not what Bitcoin use case is. Of course, you can make money with Bitcoin, but the initial reason why Bitcoin was created was to decentralize finance. So after the global recession, 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto, thought of why do we have to entrust our money, our wealth in the banking system? The same banking system that failed us in 2008, where people were going to the bank to ask for their money and they were not giving their money because the banks couldn't, support withdrawals at that time. So we thought of self-custody, of how people can store their wealth and have full custody of it. That was the idea. And how people can send money to each other without the need of any central body or government or nothing. He just wanted to make, ownership of one's assets 100%, where you don't have to rely on any government or any institution. So Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is an edge against inflation. Now, we may not relate because we are in Nigeria. Maybe when we go into the price, when I show you the price history of Bitcoin, you begin to understand that even in America, the United States dollar is facing inflation, right? Some things that were maybe $2 or $3 5 years ago, now it's not going to be that same price again because of inflation. So over time, Bitcoin has proven to be an edge against inflation, just like dollar, so we call Bitcoin digital gold. So why invest in cryptocurrency? Crypto is creating millionaires. Many people have become millionaires by virtue of investing in the crypto markets. Some people took them 2 years, some 1 year, some 10 years. But point is that many people have made wealth in the crypto market, and one of them, I can't say that I've made millions of dollars in the crypto market, but I can tell you for a fact that I've made millions of naira in the crypto markets. And this is one of the reasons why I'm excited to talk about this, because for some persons, they see it as, a way to get rich quickly. No, for me, the cryptocurrency market is a way to build wealth. Yes, of course, it's going to be faster than building wealth in the stock market or in the money markets where you have bonds, commercial paper, treasury bills, even real estate. If you compare for some assets like Bitcoin, if you compare the last 5 years, Bitcoin versus a plot of land maybe in some location in Nigeria, you would see that in dollar terms, Bitcoin has performed well. So this is why I enjoy talking about it. So what now is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is the digital money, right? Think about your naira, think about your dollar. That is fiat money, right? Regulated by the central government, central bank of any country. But cryptocurrency is digital money that is secured by blockchain technology. It's not secured by the central bank of any country. It is decentralized, transparent, and resistant to what? Manipulation. That's what cryptocurrency is. So cryptocurrency works on the principle of cryptography, solving some complex mathematical calculations on a computer. When computers are networked together, they form a blockchain network. So whatever is happening on one system is being seen by another system and being seen by another system. So one system does not take responsibility of completing a transaction. It is decentralized. In fact, you don't even need to know who is solving or who is settling the transaction. That's the beautiful thing about cryptocurrency. What are the key features? I talked about some of them. It's digital. You see, you can't hold Bitcoin. You can't hold cryptocurrency. It is digital, 1 and 0, right? It is powered by blockchain. A blockchain is a network of computers connected together on one network, so that they can process cryptocurrency transactions. Bitcoin is borderless and what? It's fast. The time it will take for you to do a wire transfer from Nigeria to US could take 2 days to do a wire transfer from maybe your Zenith bank account to Barclays in US or whatever country Barclays is. It's going to take some time. But for Bitcoin, it's almost instant. Less than 5 minutes. If you do a transaction, you're going to get instant alert. Instant. It's just like sending money maybe from OPay to OPay. It's even faster than that. So you no longer need to wait 2, 3, 4 days. Maybe if you use PayPal, PayPal maybe process a transaction within 48 hours. You don't have to wait. You don't need to create an account in another country if you want to send Bitcoin to somebody else. You can just, the person can create a wallet and you can send Bitcoin to the person directly. And the person can decide to convert it in his home country. So you don't need to have the same accounts. You don't need to have the same Naira account or the same USD account. You don't need to have, in Nigeria, now if you want to send money from one bank to another bank, they charge you separately. It doesn't happen like that in Bitcoin. A Bitcoin wallet is a Bitcoin wallet. There are no extra charges, for sending Bitcoin from one country to another. And Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, for many cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, the supply is limited. Unlike our fiat coins like Naira, there is no limit to how much Naira is in circulation. In fact, during Buhari's tenure, Murphy printed excess Naira. That's why we're suffering from inflation today. How many trillion? About 7 trillion or so. They printed and threw into the economy. So there's no limit to the production of Naira. In fact, even Joe Biden did it in America as well. During the COVID, relief, after COVID, he came up with this COVID relief plan, printed some dollars and gave to people. And that contributed to inflation in the United States as well. But Bitcoin, you can't just print Bitcoin, for example. There's a limited supply. We're going to talk more about it. So there are different types of cryptocurrency. There is Bitcoin, like I was said earlier. Bitcoin is the first and most valuable cryptocurrency. Since 2019, now it is still number one. Many cryptocurrencies have come and gone, but Bitcoin remains number one. There's altcoins. No, so altcoins means alternate coins. Some cryptocurrencies thought that, they can, do better than Bitcoin in terms of solving the problem that Bitcoin is trying to solve, which number one is transparency, number two, faster transactions, number three is cross-borderless, transactions. Some altcoins have, tried to do better than Bitcoin, but they have not succeeded. Many of them have not succeeded. Some of them are, Ethereum, we have Solana, we have Cardano. And then we have stable coins. Stable coins is USDT. So it's called stable coins because, for example, 1 USDT is equal to 1 USD. So USDT follows the price of dollar. So if you want to save in dollars, for example, you can save in USDT because whatever amount you save in USDT, the equivalent is in dollar. So if you save 1,000 USDT, it's the same thing as $1,000. So for some of us in the crypto market, we store our, our assets in USDT. Maybe when we want to buy, we're waiting for a good time, we convert from maybe Bitcoin or whatever asset we had, we convert it to USDT and wait. When the price goes down, we buy. Or maybe when we want to sell and withdraw, we convert to USDT first and then withdraw. So USDT is USDT anywhere in the world. So if you're scared of cryptocurrency, maybe you don't want to buy Solana or Cardano because the prices are, volatile. They go up and down. You can buy USDT to send to somebody. So many times I've sent, my friends overseas money via USDT. And I've also received money via USDT. That is the beauty of cryptocurrency. So the volatility is reduced by USDT. Now we have meme coins and tokens. We have had coins like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. They were just fun coins. They're just, some people just thought, let's create something to share as a community, something that will bring us together. And people started talking about it. It was listed on an exchange. People started buying, and the price went up. So meme coins actually are not solving no use case. Recently, when Trump became president, we heard of Trump coin, and then from Trump coin, we had Melanie, who was his wife name, Melanie or so. She created her own coin as well. So those coins are not solving any problem. They have no use case. So they're just mainly hype, community hype, or just news at that moment in time. So most often than not, the hype with meme coins is temporary, or the growth for meme coins is temporary. So if you see a meme coin that does 200 or 300% in the last 1 month, it doesn't mean that in the future it will still grow again. Sometimes they just grow, and then when the community are tired of that particular coin, they dump it and move to another project. This is why you have to be very careful about the kind of meme coins you're holding, because meme coins, some meme coins are very dangerous to hold for long term, very risky. I talked about Bitcoin already. It's very important that we understand what Bitcoin is. Like I always say, many people lose money in the crypto market because they don't understand what they are doing. If you understand what Bitcoin is, you would know that even though prices can be low or are low, it doesn't mean that prices will always be low, because Bitcoin has been here since 2009. In fact, before some of us started using social media or using the internet, Bitcoin has been here. Or before some of us even heard of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin has been here. So Bitcoin is digital gold. Just like you have gold, normal gold. It's digital gold because it can be used to hedge against inflation. It's the first proof of cryptocurrency. Today, we have over 5,000 cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin still remains number one. If there was no Bitcoin, I don't think that we would have had any other cryptocurrency. So when some people come and tell you that this particular coin is going to overtake cryptocurrency, just laugh at them. Laugh at their ignorance and foolishness. Like these people that promote spy coin. They'll tell you that this is how Bitcoin started. People were against it, and then later it now became no. Bitcoin is not start like Bitcoin. Nobody, anywhere, anytime told anybody, anywhere, anytime to lock their Bitcoin until a certain year. It was not done anyway. Nobody had to lock their Bitcoin. Bitcoin has always been used, buying and selling. People are always buying and selling. The first time I bought Bitcoin was in 2017. It was 2017, 2016, maybe late 2016 or early 2017. Far back. In fact, there was a time where I went to an ATM in Manchester, UK to buy Bitcoin. I used pounds to buy Bitcoin. So it's not something that just started today. It has always been there. And I always tell you that Bitcoin is here to stay. Regardless of what the price is today, it's still going to be relevant in the future. In 2017, when I was telling you about Bitcoin, it looked like I was insane. I didn't know what I was saying. It didn't make sense to a lot of people at that time. Even till now, there are a lot of unbelievers. If I maybe some of us that haven't on this call this evening are unbelievers, but just want to come out. Oh, let me just see, let me just hear. Maybe I will change my mind about it. So Bitcoin is an asset. And the key features of Bitcoin is decentralized. No government, no bank, no central authority controls Bitcoin. Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, and we don't know where he is. That's the beautiful thing about Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin will continue to be number one, because it's not influenced by one man. Many other cryptocurrencies are influenced by one man. In fact, some of them, the founders have abandoned it. Like Litecoin, Charles Lee, I don't think he's interested in that project anymore. Even the Ethereum founder, Vitalik Buterin, it's not as much interested as in those days. But Bitcoin, there is no founder to be found. The guy is hiding, or maybe it was just a group of people. Some people say, "Who that Satoshi Nakamoto is nobody." That was just a group of people that came together and put that name so that the government will not find them. If the day they find the founder or the founders of Bitcoin, that's likely the end of Bitcoin. So it's good that nobody can find them. And now, because nobody can find them, that makes it very, very transparent. So transactions are verified by a global network of computers. It's not one person processing transactions. Like in Nigeria now, if you send money from one bank across another bank, you know, it needs to go through, is it NIBSS? They need to process that transaction. Sometimes there's network collapse, and they will tell you that, you know, you have to go to the bank. You start explaining, I sent money, I was debited, I can't see it. That's because it's one person that's verifying it. With Bitcoin, if you send Bitcoin to another wallet, you can go online on the blockchain.info and check the transaction if it has actually left your wallet and it's on the way to the person's wallet. It's clear there for everybody to see. So Bitcoin has limited supply. There can be only 21 million of Bitcoin. Only 21 Bitcoin, only 21 million. Now we have about 19.3 million produced already. Basic economics says that, you know, lower the supply, the higher the price. So as Bitcoin supply continues to reduce, so also will the price go up. And this I'm very confident that even though the price is what it is today, it does not mean that the price will be what it is forever. So I talk about the fundamentals of Bitcoin. So as the years go by, the supply of Bitcoin to the market reduces because there's what they call difficulty of mining Bitcoin. Early last year, we had what is called Bitcoin halving. Anytime halving takes place, the number of Bitcoin that is created per day reduces. Bitcoin is created by mining. So when a transaction is made, miners compete to mine that, or let's say process that transaction. The reward they get for processing a Bitcoin transaction is Bitcoin. You have to mine a full block. A full block has numerous transactions in it. The first person to mine a full block gets rewarded Bitcoin. Like, it's not one full Bitcoin. I can't remember exactly what the amount is now. I think about 6.25 Bitcoin the person gets. So you can check it out. How many Bitcoin do you get from mining a block? It's available on the internet. So Bitcoin works on blockchain technology. Like I said earlier, the transactions are public. If I should send money to my other bank account, I'm the only person that can see it and the bank. If I should send Bitcoin over a blockchain, it's not only me that can see it, anybody can see it. That is the reason why when was it Bybit, or yeah, I think it was Bybit that was hacked recently, or not hacked, money was taken away from Bybit, and people could track the transaction. In fact, they could see how the person that took the money was distributing it from one wallet to the other. That is how beautiful Bitcoin is, or the blockchain is. Every transaction can be traced, even though there might not be a name to it. You can trace by addresses, and that addresses, some people are very skilled in, in tracking addresses, Bitcoin addresses. They can use that address to know the location as well. But the beautiful thing again about Bitcoin is that once a transaction has been made, it has been made. You can't reverse it. Like what happens sometimes in our banking sector, when you send money, you see it reversed, the third money was reversed. That doesn't happen. Once a transaction has been made, it has been made. That's why customer care to call to say, oh, I made a mistake, reverse the money. Nothing like that. So it's very transparent and secure, because once a transaction can be reversed, it means that the network is no longer secure. Because the way blockchain works is that one transaction is linked to another transaction. So if something happens to one transaction, maybe in a block now, there's a strings of transactions happening in that block. If one transaction is corrupted, it will affect every other transaction there. So it's not allowed. So mistakes are limited. And that key feature of Bitcoin is peer-to-peer transaction. You don't need a bank. I can send Bitcoin from my wallet directly to another person's wallet. No need of any third party or a bank. And I talk about how secure it is. Then divisible. You don't need to buy one Bitcoin. Unlike gold, there's a limit. There's a minimum amount of money that you can spend to buy gold. For Bitcoin, with $10, you can only buy Bitcoin, because it can be divided into smaller units. So some people say, oh, I want to buy Bitcoin, well, I don't have money. No, you don't need to buy one Bitcoin. One Bitcoin today is about $80,000, but you don't need to buy one Bitcoin. You can buy 0.005 or 0.00, as much as you want. So it is divisible and it's portable. And Bitcoin does not have weight. You don't need to carry it from one place to the other. I saw a post recently talking about people saving in gold. Beautiful idea. But now, how can you secure your gold? You keep your gold in the house and something happens. How are you going to move with that gold? That's weight. But Bitcoin is just on your smartphone. If I don't need to have it on your smartphone, have it on your digital wallet or your laptop. So you can move with it anywhere, anytime. You can access it. You don't have to fill any slip or any paper to withdraw. Nothing like that. Real world use of Bitcoin. Bitcoin. A lot of people talk about Bitcoin. I say, what is this Bitcoin? What is the use case of Bitcoin? Some people think that Bitcoin is just hype. Some people think Bitcoin is just something we talk about. We just enjoy talking about Bitcoin. Udoma says that the first head of Bitcoin in 2016, $600. Yes, I think that's the first time I bought Bitcoin too. But just like you as well, in 2016, I didn't have quarter the knowledge I have today. Maybe I would have been a millionaire already in Bitcoin. But we're not late. We're still early. A lot of people will not get to hear of Bitcoin maybe up until 2050. Yes. Bitcoin penetration in Nigeria is about 7%. I saw the reports recently somewhere. 7% of Nigerians, that are aware of Bitcoin. Even as loud as it may seem, only 7%. So Bitcoin can be a form of investment, can be a store of value because the price fluctuates. So if you can buy today, in another 2 days or maybe 1 month or 1 year, you can sell at a higher price, just like gold. People buy gold and wait. Many people don't know that the price of gold also goes up and down, but it's not just as volatile as Bitcoin. There's some people that bought gold at a higher price, and when the price fell, what do? They have to wait. So people use Bitcoin for remittances. You have uncles, brothers, or siblings, or whatever, whoever, in America or UK. Instead of them, sending it through Western Union, they can send it through USDT or maybe Bitcoin itself. Financial inclusion. There are some countries like Venezuela, I think Zimbabwe as well, where banking has not reached some areas. What do they use? Cryptocurrency. They use Bitcoin. So some people don't have access to banking sector or banking facilities. They use Bitcoin for transactions. Now, investing in cryptocurrency. Before you decide to invest in cryptocurrency, you must seek education. What I've done in the last 30 minutes is just periphery, just basics. Because I don't want to exceed 1 hour, that's why I prepared this slide so short. What I'm sharing today is just the foundation that's good enough for you to start out, for you to get interest to search more. One thing about cryptocurrency, unlike many other investment opportunities, is that the knowledge is, how would I put it now? It's inexhaustible. You can't learn cryptocurrency in 1 day. In fact, me myself that I'm speaking now, I'm still learning. Some people say, oh, you're a master, expert. Yes, but they are expert and are expert and are expert. It's inexhaustible. So the bits you have learned today, use it. If you want to go further, learn more. So research. Before you buy any cryptocurrency, learn about its use case. If it's not Bitcoin, find out what problem is it solving. Because if the cryptocurrency is not solving any problem, when a bear market comes or when there is a market dip, the coin may not recover in price. Like what's happening now in the crypto market, some coins are not going to recover. So this is why you have to find out what is the problem this coin is solving. What's its use case that would say cryptocurrency? If it's not Bitcoin, what is its use case? We already know what Bitcoin use case is. It's clear. So don't just follow the hype of maybe some Bitcoin or cryptocurrency enthusiasts and influencers. They have said that, oh, this cryptocurrency is going to do 10x, 100x, and so on. And then you just get carried away because they have shown you how they bought some other coin before and it was successful. And you not think that it becomes successful. No, it doesn't always work like that. Like last year, some people made money from Notcoin, and then some Nigerians used it to hype Hamster and TapSwap. Many people spent months tapping their smartphone because they saw some people cash out from Notcoin and they thought that they would cash out from Hamster and TapSwap. It doesn't always work like that. So that's why you have to do your own due diligence, because Me, those of us are in the ML community, in ML crypto, you know, I was discouraging you guys from doing that tap swap of it and Amsterdam because I knew that it was not going to get anywhere when I, did a little bit of research. So if you cannot spend your time doing research and you don't know any experts that you can trust his words, stay away from that asset and just maybe stick with Bitcoin. You can never go around buying Bitcoin. It's always a good time to buy Bitcoin. I always tell people, always a good time to buy Bitcoin. I can't say this for many other cryptocurrencies. I can only say it for Bitcoin. Why? Because from historical performance, anytime Bitcoin price goes down, it later recovers to attain a new all-time high every time. So even if you don't want to buy Bitcoin, diversify your portfolio. Make sure you don't have only a coin like maybe Shiba Inu or Doge. Some people only have shit coins in their portfolio. Now that the market is not doing very well, it's bad. In fact, when they open their portfolio, they are not happy. Why? Because their portfolio has mostly shit coins in it. Diversify your portfolio. What I recommend for beginners, if you're just starting out, make sure you have 50 to 60% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. Then you can decide to spread the remaining percentage for other altcoins and maybe shitcoins if you want. Why? Because if Bitcoin goes down, it will come back up. Maybe you might need to sell some of the Bitcoin in the short term to solve some, near-term needs. We don't know. So understand the risks involved. Many people jump into cryptocurrency without understanding the risk. That's why they jumped out. Anybody that goes through my cryptocurrency class knows that this is a volatile field. It's risky. When we say it's risky, we mean you can lose your money. Yes. You can lose a whole lot of money. In fact, from instance, if you're not careful, the entire capital will be lost. You will be owing. So understanding that this market I'm investing in has a potential to return, high reward, and also has a potential to return low reward, or maybe even negative to my capital, would guide you on how to invest, will guide your expectations. If you know that the market is volatile, that the market can, Bitcoin can be $50,000 next month, why then are you worried when you see $50,000? You already know that it can be $50,000. And in fact, if you're smart enough, knowing that it can be $50,000, you prepare ahead so that by the time it falls to $50,000, you buy more. And when the price goes up, you sell. So the problem or the issue with many people in the crypto market is that they are buying at the wrong time and selling at the wrong time. They only buy when there's hype in the market. So now that the market is quiet, most Nigerians are not talking about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, nothing. Go and look at all the crypto influencers in Nigeria. So I always tell people in our crypto group, they're usually not happy when I say this. Don't follow any Nigerian crypto influencer. They just want to make money from you. Most of them now are quiet. I think it's only one guy now on Facebook. What's his name? I can't remember. We're friends on Facebook. That's talking about Bitcoin now. 99% of Nigerian influencers are quiet. Why? Because the market is not, it's not fun. Many people invest in cryptocurrency based on their emotions, based on how they feel. If the hype is not high there, they're not investing. No, you can't be investing based on hype. In fact, when lots of people are talking about Bitcoin, that is when you should be selling. You invest in pain and reap in joy. You don't invest in joy. So people want to be happy when they're investing. That is not how it should be. You should be crying when you invest. Have you seen a farmer happy when he's tilling the ground? It's hard work. So even if you buy today, say maybe price is $80,000 and price drops to $75,000, you buy again, drop to $70,000, you buy again, because you know at some point in time it's going to recover. I can't tell you when exactly. A lot of people like to predict the markets. Well, at the beginning of this year, we know that this year is going to be a bull run. Regardless of how the market is performing now, there is still forecast for a bull run that Bitcoin will hit $150,000 by mid of the year. Yes, still possible. So is it when it now gets to $100,000, you now want to start rushing to go and buy? No, it's not that it's low. That even though it may not even, it's not that it's low. You don't even need to wait to 150. So you buy 80 or whatever crypto asset you want to buy. By the time you appreciate a little bit, you sell. So understand the risks involved. That is what will guide the expectations. A lot of people, the expectations in the crypto market is too wild. They want to buy Lambo in 1 year. No. Manage your expectations so that you don't get disappointed, so that you don't get frustrated. Look at the price history of Bitcoin. From 2010, 0.09. Somebody was talking about $600 in the comment section. That was around 2017. Look at 2017, it was $900. My first bull market was this one, $20,000. $20,000 in 2018. It was insane at that point in time. Insane. I have never seen such price appreciation of any assets. But guess what? At the end of that year, Bitcoin had jumped to almost $4,000. It was crazy. But it fell in December again after 2019, before COVID. It fell to around 6,600. And then by COVID, it started going up. And look at where it went to. $29,000 by end of 2020, early 2021. And before the end of 2021, it hit $68,000. Can you see the price movement? Up, down, up, down. From 2021, it crashed again to 18,000 in when? 2022. Or was it 2023? No, 2022. 18,000. A lot of people ran away from the markets. They panicked and sold off. But smart investors were buying. Not just Bitcoin, some other assets as well. But look at where it is today now. Price has gone up to over 70,000. This history is just showing to 2024. Now we have Bitcoin price at above 80,000. Still, some people are worried. How can you be worried with Bitcoin at 80,000? Where were you when Bitcoin was 18K? You were not worried? Or over at 20K, 40K, 50K. Do you know something I've seen over time? In fact, throughout last year, at every point Bitcoin hits a new figure, people were skeptical. Oh, it will fall, it will go down. Some people now are saying that Bitcoin will go down to $75,000. They don't know. It's just assumptions. I've learned over the years not to predict the price. When you predict the price, it gives you false expectations, false hope. I rather predict the price upwards than backwards. I don't gain anything predicting the price backwards. Instead, I buy. So even if price is falling, I keep buying up. If the money finish, I wait when I get money again. So people that should be predicting price are people that are traders. If you're not a trader, forget about price prediction. Just invest. It's only in the crypto market I see people bothered about price in the short term. Who buys land and calls the realtor and start asking the realtor what is the price of the land I bought yesterday? The reason why many of us are successful with investing in the crypto market is because we can see the prices in real time. If we could see the price of real estate in real time in Port Harcourt, by the time Tinubu declared state of emergency, I'm sure the price would have been nosediving for many properties in that area. Many people now will be struggling to sell real estate in Port Harcourt. I'm telling you for a fact. But because there's no chart for us to see, we can't tell. But because the crypto market, there is a real-time chart for us to see, we pay so much attention to the daily movement and don't consider long-term. So the volatility of Bitcoin or crypto market is normal. That is how it should be. The up and down movement is how money is made. If the price is moving in a lateral mode, it's just moving in a straight line, money cannot be made. Prices to go up, People sell, and the price goes down, they buy back. In fact, as we're talking now, people are buying and selling cryptocurrency. The only reason why a bull market happens is when there are more people buying than selling. When we have more people buying over a certain period of time, price goes up. Basic economics. So when the price is dropping, it means that more people are selling. It doesn't mean that people are not buying. It just means that more people are selling at that period of time. So don't put so much attention on short-term prices because you're not a trader, except you are a trader. Like I always say, are you a trader? Well, then you can be bothered about short-term prices. If you're not a trader, then you should not be bothered. And this is why we talk about this investing guide. This is how to invest profitably. There are about 9 points here I'm going to be explaining, and then we'll round up for today. If you can follow these things look very simple, but I will tell you that this is how I've been profitable in the crypto market over the last 7 years. I don't make so much noise like many people on social media about the crypto market, but my crypto portfolio is about 40%. Those of us in my investment club recently, I showed them my crypto portfolio, percentage, what it entails. I don't only invest in crypto markets, I invest in real estate, I invest in stock. But crypto markets has about 40%, and the rest is shared for other assets. That is how much conviction I have about the crypto markets. I'm not just investing, I've made money as well. So when you want to set out with investing in the crypto market, have a goal. Now, this money I want to invest, when do I need it? Very important question. Many people cannot answer this question. That is why they'll go and invest their house rents and they'll start panicking later. As a rule of thumb, any money you are investing in the crypto market, you should be able to do without that money for 2 years. 2 years, you should be able to do without that money. It doesn't mean that you must wait for 2 years. It means that in case there is a short-term price depreciation, you do not have to go and sell at a loss. Anything can happen today. Russia can start to strike America, and price of Bitcoin can fall to $20,000. Nobody owns the market. A lot of people can predict. They can read charts. I always say they are wasting their time. And a news can come out. Trump now can just make one careless statement, and price will start going up. But that's short term. You can see when Trump became president, Bitcoin price was going up. He went to above $100,000. Now Trump is not talking about Bitcoin again. The price is just doing what he likes. So you must set a goal. How much do I want to be investing monthly? When do I need to get this money out of the markets? Like for me, March is the last time I'm investing this year in crypto markets. March, and I'm investing heavily this month. After this month, I move on to other asset classes. Except maybe the price continues to fall towards the end of the year. When the price continues to go up from April, I'm not buying again. So that's my goal. So what's your own goal? How much do you plan to invest in crypto market this year? Because the way I invest cannot be the same way you invest. For example, I'm in my early 30s. I don't have children in secondary school or in primary school. My financial responsibilities are lower than some people. So they can't invest the way I'm investing. I don't earn, the kind of money they earn as well. So define your own goal. Those of us in our investment club, one goal I said minimum for everybody is $50 every month to invest. That $50, I did not say you invest everything crypto. I said, choose amounts you want to invest and stick with it. So after setting that goal, that this is how much I want to invest in 2025, then you now have an investing budget. Those of us that are salary earners, you divide the amount of money that you earn every month into several parts, and then you take one part and say, it's the crypto market I want to be investing in. So no matter what is happening in the crypto market, on a monthly basis, I'm investing. That's it. So you do not get controlled by the price movement or by what people are saying, because you don't have time. Except you want to become a crypto trader, or you want to become a crypto evangelist, you want to become somebody that is engrossed in the market, then you can be concerned about prices in the short term, I mean. So diversify your portfolio. This is not only diversifying between, cryptocurrency. I mean, buy Bitcoin, Solana, maybe some other crypto assets. Diversify across other asset classes as well. Don't be too greedy that all your investment is only in crypto markets. Some people are like that. All their money is in the crypto markets, so they can't sleep. When the market prices are falling, they have sleepless nights. It's greed. Why would you have all your money in the crypto markets? So diversify your portfolio. Then do what's called dollar cost averaging. So you said you want to invest $1 million this year in crypto markets. Don't invest it lump sum. Divide it into multiple parts. Invest systematically. You can decide to do twice a month or every week. Just choose a pattern to be investing regularly. Don't invest lump sum, so that you can take advantage of market fluctuations. We know that the price of Bitcoin today will not be the same tomorrow. That's why we're telling you to do dollar cost averaging. If we think that the price will always be going upwards, we will not tell you to do dollar cost averaging. We will tell you to buy with all the money you have today. So this is the thing. We know that the price can fall tomorrow. It's not news. It's not uncommon. It's not unusual. It's a normal thing for the price of Bitcoin to go up and down. It is very normal. In fact, if the price is not fluctuating, you should be worried. Have patience. Many people ran away from the market in 2022. Some of us stayed. I'll show you someone in my crypto portfolio recently of how I started buying Solana at $12 in 2022. $12. Solana today is over $130. Maybe $120. I've not checked today. It went to as high as $278 this year. Today, it looks like $80,000 Bitcoin is high. Yes, so in 2022, when Bitcoin went up to $22,000, in fact, 2023, when Bitcoin went to $30,000, a lot of people are saying, it's too high, price will come down, sell. $30,000 was what appeared as high. So when people say now that Bitcoin price is too high, I smile. You don't know what you say. When it was $30,000, people said so. $40,000, people said so. In fact, last year when price went to $70,000, a lot of people stopped buying and they said that the price will fall. It did not fall at $70,000. It kept going up. So you can't know. Since this thing we're doing is long term, because for me, I'm investing in the crypto market long term. I'm not looking at making profits today. I'm looking at making profits in the future. Just like buying real estate, I'm not looking at making profits instantly. Although you can make profits, shorter than real estate or some other crypto or some other investment. But you have to program your mind in such a way that if you can't sell short term, you do not, deprive yourself of anything. That's the game. So I'm not saying that crypto, you must wait for eternity. No. I'm saying program your mind so that you can make decisions in such a way that even if you can't sell the assets at the end of this year, it's not going to affect your finances. That's the game. Have patience. That is the reason why many people lose out with investing in the crypto market, because as long as you bought a valuable asset, the price would recover in the future. Avoid DEX, decentralized exchanges. If you're a beginner, avoid DEX. When I started off, I made some mistakes. I made some transactions that were not recoverable. Remember, I told you if you do transactions in the crypto world, there's no customer care to call to tell them I made a mistake. It's gone, it's gone. Sometimes these DEX exchanges are actually, hacked. You could put money in your wallet and click a wrong link, and then the money's gone. That's it. That's happened to many people. So avoid decentralized exchanges. Avoid futures. Futures is one way to get rich quickly, but futures have eradicated the futures of many Nigerian youths. The way to make money quickly is also the way to lose money quickly. So don't get so excited because somebody told you or showed you of how it's making so much money in the future market. Tell the person to also tell you of how much he has lost, just like Bets Niger. People say, oh, you need to learn the skill of trading. Yes, true. But that doesn't mean that a lot of people do not lose. Over 80% of forex traders, futures traders, and day traders in the crypto market lose money. That's why I follow the investing way. Why? Because I'm not jobless. So except you are jobless, then you take this knowledge I've shared with you today as the foundation. You gotta start doing more research, and then you can go into crypto full time. But as long as crypto is not full time for you, stay with investing. Don't be greedy. The game plan is not to get rich overnight. Well, I know some young people, some young Nigerians would like to get rich quickly. The game plan is to build wealth over time. So me, I'm not in a hurry to make money. So if you're in a hurry to make money in the crypto market, then you need to go and learn crypto trading, forex trading, futures trading, and so on. I don't teach those and I don't encourage it. I already told you I have something that makes me money on a daily basis and a monthly basis. So what you need to go and do is to find other opportunities to make money and then use the crypto market to grow the money. The reason why a lot of people are losing money in the crypto market because they are trying to turn the crypto market to a business. Crypto market is not supposed to be a business. It's not supposed to be making you money on a daily basis. I know it makes money for some people, but the percentage that it works for is too low. So try it. If you have been following money lessons for a while now, you will know that I always say, follow the path that has the highest potential to lead to growth or to consistent results. Many people that make money in futures or in crypto trading, they do not have consistent success. Today they make money, tomorrow they lose. Tomorrow they lose, tomorrow they make no. Find a skill and learn. Become good at it. Make money, invest in the crypto market. Start a business, grow it, make money, invest in the crypto market. Get a job, become good at your job. You get promoted with time, you get paid, you invest some part in the crypto market. That is the way to build a profitable crypto portfolio. That's the way I know. There are other people that know other ways, but that's the way I know that have worked for me the last 7 years, and I've worked for many people. Crypto trading, man, I know the inside. Futures trading, I know they do it. It's not I don't know how to do it. I do know how to do it, but I do not do it because the success rate is too low for me to invest my time and money in it. Many people I know that have invested their time and money in forex trade, in futures trading, would have become more successful if they had invested that time in something else. Many people I know. Only very few, 1 or 2 people that are very successful with futures trading. So I'm saying this thing now, so you do not neglect the fact that I said that some people are successful in it. Just like when it comes to gambling, some people are successful in gambling. But choose paths that have the highest potential for success. When it comes to cryptocurrency, I found out that investing is how most individuals can become successful in the crypto markets. I say all, most, because some people will still not follow what I've said this evening. But those that follow to a very great extent, you would succeed in building a profitable crypto portfolio. So take profits when they come. Late last year, I bought a TV, over 2 million naira. I've never bought something as expensive as that before. Oh, my smartphone, my Google Pixel, I bought earlier in the year, also from BNB. I sold some BNB and bought it. So sometimes I'm watching my TV, I'm smiling, I'm happy. Why? Profit from crypto markets. My smartphone I use now, profit on crypto market. So I invest in crypto markets. I use the profits to fund my guilty pleasures, to buy things that I like to have, things that are necessities. So if price goes down, I wait. I've waited before for 2 years, 2022, 2023. I waited. My crypto portfolio went down. I waited. So if you can't wait, stay away from the markets. If the price, goes above a reasonable point that you bought, learn how to take profit. Don't be too greedy. You see 20% or 30%. If you need to solve a near need, sell some. That's the way. I can't tell you where to sell. Those of us in the ML crypto ML community, I don't tell people where to sell. I only say don't panic sell. You can sell at your own convenience, but do not panic sell. Stay informed. The market is evolving. Things are changing. Some crypto assets that were valuable 5 years ago are no longer valuable. So be careful so you don't become a bag holder of a shitcoin. Okay? So this is the end. Thank you. If you have questions, I know one question that you will likely have to ask, but I would hold it in my head. If you don't ask it, then I'll tell you the question and I'll provide the answer. So thanks for listening. Now you could drop your questions in the chat box. If there's anything I said that you don't understand, or there's something you were expecting me to say this evening and that you have not heard, you can ask and maybe I could share. What is my definition of long term as a minimum? In the crypto market, 2 years. 2 years is long term, minimum. So any amount of money you are investing, you should be willing to do without it for 2 years. Like I said earlier, it doesn't mean that you will not be able to sell. It means that in case the market experiences a downturn that is unexpected, this year is year of bull run. Me, I expect to sell a reasonable amount of my assets by mid of this year and towards the end of the year, and wait for the next bear market. That's my plan. But if that doesn't go as planned, well, I can wait. So that's the idea. So the money I'm investing this month in the crypto market, I'm expecting that I should be able to withdraw some, sell some assets by towards the end of the year, right? But if that doesn't happen, the only thing I may lose is maybe I'll not be able to go on vacation. My plan this year is to sell some assets and go on vacation with my family. So the only thing I'll get to miss is that the vacation will not happen. So you see, there's a plan for in case. So always have that plan. Don't have only the high expectation. Calibrate it. That's why a lot of people, get disappointed. They get angry. They get annoyed because they only were expecting of maximum gain. They didn't think of a chance of the crypto market not performing in the way we expected. Any other question? I'm waiting for more questions. Please feel free to ask any question you may have. I have a free gift for anybody that asks a question that relates to the free gifts. You mentioned avoid decentralized exchanges. This means use centralized exchanges. Can you recommend good centralized exchanges? Yes. Bybit and then Binance. So because right now Binance, we can't buy USDT anymore in Nigeria. We have been limited in Nigeria from buying USDT in the P2P market on Binance, but you can use Bybit to buy USDT. So I am more comfortable with Binance than Bybit, but I use both of them. So you could buy USDT on Bybit and then use it to buy any asset you want, or you transfer to Binance. If you need a video guide, those of us that are here need a video guide on how to use Bybit or Binance to buy USDT, to buy what's the name? To buy cryptocurrency. I have a video guide for my investments club, my premium club. Because you are here this evening, I will share with you for free. So send me a DM. If you don't have my WhatsApp number, how do I get that number to you now? My WhatsApp number is okay. Reply the email that you used to register for this session. If you don't have my WhatsApp number, reply the email and I will send you the details on how to get the video guide. So it's video guide on how to buy cryptocurrency. Even if you are a complete novice, the video guide is very simple. It will show you step by step how to buy your first USDT, how to buy your first cryptocurrency, and then how you can buy more cryptocurrencies whenever you have the money to do so. You mean Bybit that was hacked the other day? Yeah, well, I know that there's a little scare with Bybit because of what happened. But yeah, they have recovered, isn't it? We still use Bybit. I still recommend it. I still have assets there. So, but it's not my primary crypto app. I have others, but KuCoin. I don't know any other exchange that sells USDT that I can recommend. Maybe gates.io, I'm not sure. But so if you don't want to keep your assets on Bybit, you can buy USDT and transfer it to Binance. That's it. Okay, BitGet. Okay, so Moses says BitGet. So you can try BitGet. I've not used it before, but you can try BitGet if you're scared of Bybit. Bybit is still number 3, sorry. Number 3 most used crypto exchange in the world. So the scare, yes, the scare came and it's gone. But I still recommend them anyways. Any other question before we call it a night? Okay, so this is my last note. This is what I'll leave with you guys, right? So there are some altcoins now that are ridiculously low. I mean, some altcoins that have a promise of recovering back to their previous all-time high. because of how the market is now, we're not really sure in this April that's coming if April is going to be a bull run or it's going to be, continue to be bearish. This is what I recommend. Whatever amount of money you want to invest 60% in Bitcoin. Use that 40% to play around. So you can divide that 40% into two. So you can do 20% in BNB, Solana, and then use that 20% to buy some Ponzi coins or some shit coins or some meme coins. If that 20% does not come back, no wala. But your 80% is safe. That's the idea. So as market is going through this turbulence, those of us that have been in market for a while, this is not for beginners. Those of us that have been in market for a while, watch out those cryptocurrencies that you have that have potential for doing a good run. Watch them out. Some of them, like PP, despite the fact the market is still low, I think that PP will recover. Pepe. So you can look for other coins like Pepe. I don't have that much time to go and doing analysis of many of all those main coins and so on. So I stick with the one that I've looked at. I've done analysis for PP and what other coin again? I can't remember. Now, GRT as well, one of those AI coins. So look at the use case. Look at their community. Go on Twitter. Go and find out how large is their community, how strong is their community, how many tokens do they have in supply. Check all those details, then you can now make a bet. Yes, luck has a part to play in crypto markets. Some people have become millionaires because they just bought a coin that was not known. And then somehow somebody just started tweeting about the coin, and more people started buying it, and it became big. I don't know any of those coins right now. Oh, I've told you the ones I know. You could go and do your own research, go on Twitter, spend some time there, and find some other coins that you can play with 20% of your portfolio. So that even though those coins don't grow as expected, it's not too bad for you. That's why my crypto portfolio now, even though it's in red, it's not as red as some people's crypto portfolio, because I have less than 10% in shitcoins. Less than 10%. I'm when I say conservative to an extent. Less than 10% of my crypto portfolio is in shitcoins. So regardless of what happened, it's not going to be very bad for me compared to some people that they have over 80% of their portfolio in shitcoins. So you need to balance this thing. So now that the market is behaving the way it's behaving, look at the time, use it as an opportunity to buy Bitcoin, buy BNB, so I use it to balance your portfolio. Joshua, BitNob is interesting. I don't know what BitNob is. After this class, this safe for us to jump into bank to like BTC, for example, we should seek more knowledge first. Okay, so if it's your first time, I have a free gift for you. Send me a WhatsApp message if you have my number, or reply the email you used to register for this class, or send me a DM on Facebook or on Instagram that you attended Money Lessons Live, how to invest profitably in the crypto markets. I would send you a free guide. Yes, you should seek more knowledge, but I will send you a free guide that is good enough for you to make your first purchase. Because how do I put this now? You can't wait until you have all the knowledge. So with the little you have listened to, right? Take a small there's a step of it. Just buy small. You can buy with $50, right? I don't know how much you have or whatever you plan, but just buy it a small amount, and then that would be like a commitment. You know how people that sell real estate always say make an installmental payment. The same thing comes with cryptocurrency. When you make that first investment, it will not make you more interested in learning how it works. But if you say you want to wait until you gather all the knowledge, you will not do anything. So these basics I'm giving to you is enough to frame the mindset that is required to build a profitable investment portfolio. What you need next is how to use the investment apps. And I have video recordings, which I've said I will share with those of us that attended this session for free. Yeah, Vincent, thanks for that information. I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to go deep into talking about that, so it doesn't look like I'm defending Bybit. Bybit's exchange wasn't hacked, so their cold storage where they store Ethereum. It's not like it was hacked. They transferred the money themselves, but they did not know they were sending it to a cloned address, to a fake address that was not one of theirs. That was just what happened. So it's not like it was hacked. They made a mistake by approving a transaction from their Ethereum cold wallet to some stranger cold wallet or address. That's what happened. All right, so V Victor, I'm expecting your message, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. I will check between now and tomorrow. And for the rest of us, thanks for joining. This is the end of our Academy of Investing. Moneyless's Live is going to take a break, maybe for another 3 weeks, and then we'll be back with something else. Thanks, and see you on the other side. All right, bye, guys. So please subscribe, like, share, so that during the week I'm going to be posting videos